Okay, so we're on board with Charlie.
Hello.
Okay, so we're now on board with Antonio.
Hello.
And we're just going to see if the old school Tiger is as fun as the new one. Hello, yes, that's right. It's Joe here for Joyrider TV. And yes, that's right. We've got hold of a vintage year 2000 Hobie Tiger catamaran. Right, you can go out, Charlie. Go out forwards of the shroud. Okay, crank that jib in. That's it. And we're off. More downhaul if we've got it. It's just by your foot. So the first thing that is quite clear on the old school Tiger is because we haven't got all the takeaways going into the front beam, it is a bit messier on the trampoline. And to be honest, there's quite a lot going on down there. But she feels good. We've only got the adjuster on the cruise trapeze, so I would usually drop down a little bit more, but I'm just living with this position where I'm set. So as we look at the boat, we can see the most noticeable features here is what it's lacking. So we've got no spinnaker chute on here, no self-tacking jib, and then the mainsail is what would largely be known as a pinhead shape rather than a square top. But what we do gain on this boat is the furling jib. Now that is convenience. We've also got a different method of holding the dagger boards down with these friction rollers instead of the pads. The spinnaker lives in a bag on the trampoline. All right, turning downwind. Charlie's ready on the hoist. Go for it, Charlie. Okay, and come back a little bit. Okay, and here we go. We're off. Just go forwards a little bit in the lull and then go back in the gust. So back a bit there. Oh, okay, we're going to drop it just because the pole bridles aren't tight enough. Okay, yeah, so come in. All right, so to drop it, go to the leeward side of the boat. Grab the sheet straight from the spinnaker. All right, pull it until the sail's in your hand. Say when you've got it, and then pull the foot in first, and then pull it down. And you're pulling it down first, and then in the bag afterwards. Go on as quick as you can. Okay, pull it all the way in, all the way in. That's it, then stuff it in the bag. Try not to stuff anything else in with it. Okay, so the thing that is quite evident here is the amount of mess. So this was the first real production model of the Tiger where everything was standard. It changed to the more up-to-date version that we're more familiar with around 2003. All right, let's go. Okay, so up ahead in our crosshairs we can see a modern Tiger, or the most modern incarnation of the Hobie Tiger, with Max on board there. Next gust coming, so we'll just ride this lull. There it is. Here's the thumbnail. Oh yeah. yellow jib is definitely faster than the plain yellow, plain white. Nice. Okay, let's go now. Okay, she's up. There we go. Old school boat, old school technique. So, in conclusion, there are 5 key differences with the classic comparing it to the modern. These are the spinnaker chute. What are the advantages of having the spinnaker from the bag? It goes up much quicker. There's less wear to the spinnaker, so it's going to last longer. What are the disadvantages? Mess. You can find that this creates a lot of mess, and if you don't pack the spinnaker well, it can start escaping from the bag in a stronger wind. Second difference, no self-tacking jib. What is the main advantage of no self-tacking jib? If you're sailing in a recreational manner, so not necessarily on the upwind downwind course, it is nice for the crew to have a good solid jib sheet, classic, to hold on to. What's the downside? First, mess. Again, does require a bit of management to keep that mess under control. The other disadvantage is quite obvious. It doesn't take care of itself so much. Third big difference is the daggerboard clutch system. What are the advantages of this? It's very easy to get the amount of friction right so that your daggerboards stay exactly where you want them. What is the negatives of this? Basically, just it's a bit bulkier. The next one is the trampoline being slotted into the hulls. I think this is just a win. It's very good, very clean, very tidy. The only downside of this is there were some boats back in the day where the trampoline did pull out from the tracks. So this boat in particular doesn't seem to have this issue. So for us with this one, it's a win. And then the last big difference is the furling jib. What are the benefits of the furling jib? Again, very obvious. You can furl the jib, and that is really handy when you're coming in, not to have the jib flapping away at the front of the boat, especially if it's windy. Disadvantages of the furling jib, not as quick on the race course as the fully battened jib. So should you buy a retro Tiger? I would say if you're not looking to go and win the FA Team Worlds or compete at a very high level, then yes, obviously check the condition of the boat, the condition of the sails. Ask if the trampoline has had a history of pulling out. If it has, then that's going to mean you're going to need to replace the trampoline for the modern style, which you can fit onto this boat just with a few extra fittings on the beams. But other than that, I would say it is more of a mess. You do have to keep that mess under control. But yes, and yes. But having said all that, there are a lot of modern Tigers available for sale, and if you can find a modern Tiger in good shape for similar money, going modern has got to be the way forward. Just for the lack of mess, it's easier to use, and you get a much less cluttered trampoline. Thanks for watching. Be back soon with some more on Joyrider TV.